So we'll get started. First of all, welcome everyone, all of our visitors to Henry J. Carter Specialty Hospital and Nursing Facility. It is with great pride that we're here today in our culinary arts room, a very unique place that not many facilities are blessed to have. So it's good to have our residents here to be able to sample and see the demonstration of a very tasty yet healthy meal, and you'll get the chance to participate in the tasting of it. So we know how important that food is to the lives and the quality of our patients and residents' experience, and being able to present this unique opportunity of having a cooking demonstration here really is what I'll say an important aspect of the provision of care and quality services here. So I'm proud to be a part of this event, and again, welcome. And at this point, I will turn it over to our culinary leadership.
What's your name, sir?
I'm Floyd Long, and I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself, but I serve as the CEO here at Carter. All right? Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Tracy Dell'Italia, and I am the client executive for post-acute services with Sodexo at New York City Health Hospitals. We are very excited to put on this demonstration. This is the first ever cooking demo that we are planning to do more, but we chose to do it here at Carter to present it to the residents and the staff here at Carter. So let me introduce the two important people up at front here. We have Stephanie Chavarria, who is our general manager, service director here at Carter. Stephanie is also a registered dietitian, so she knows a lot about nutrition and food. And we also have Chef Phil DeMaiolo, who is our corporate chef for Sodexo at Health and Hospitals, and he oversees our culinary center, who actually prepares all of the meals and works to prepare our menus for both the hospitals and for our post-acute patients. So without further ado, I'd like to present our first ever live from Carter, the Chef Phil Show.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I'm blessed, and thank you for having me here. What we're going to show you today is a healthier version of paella. Paella is a very classical dish. Most people think it's from Spain, but it's from a special area called Valencia, Spain. It's normally a one-pot dish made with rice and protein. A lot of times it was made with rabbit or chicken. We're going to make it vegetable today, okay, a little healthier version. We're not making it together with the rice today because vegetables cook a lot faster than proteins. So what we're doing is we're cooking our vegetables separately, and we'll go through the steps. And our rice has been prepared a little earlier in a rice steamer. It's classically used with saffron, okay, which is grown from the crocus plant, crocus flower, that's normally removed from the flower and then dried, and it has a pigmentation of a yellowish color in many objects or vegetables that you use or rices that you use. As long as that liquid is added, it's infused into the liquid. Gives you a flavor as well. So what do you think, Steph? We should get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
So with this array of vegetable we have, the good thing about this dish, if there's a vegetable in this particular recipe that you don't like, you can actually add your favorite vegetable to it. So we're going to get started. We're going to start off with a little bit of olive oil. We use olive oil because it's a healthier version.
Yeah, so olive oil is there's different types of oils that we can use. Olive oil is one of the better ones. It's actually lower in trans fat, lower in triglycerides. So it's actually a good alternative for cooking. And it's not as expensive and stuff, and it's easy to find in your home.
Great for your complexion as well.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
So we're going to start off with artichokes.
Yeah.
And we're going to sear the artichokes just to start getting a little color. What we like to say is caramelization. Okay, it brings out the natural flavors in our vegetables, gives you nice color.
So today, a word that I'm going to be using a lot is going to be antioxidant. So I'm going to probably say that multiple times, but because we're using so many vegetables, and you'll see all the array of vegetables we're using, antioxidants is in almost every single one of the vegetables we're using today. So starting with artichokes. So this one is high in antioxidants. And you may ask, Phil, what is an antioxidant, right? an antioxidant, especially nowadays, I'm sure a lot of us have heard it going through a whole pandemic. It is actually to boost your immune system. It actually helps with the cells in your body, and it helps restore and make you stronger, and just to prevent all these illnesses that are going around recently, right?
And it also tastes great.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what we're here to do. We want you to enjoy the flavors that we're presenting today. So after the artichokes start to get a little color, and you can just see as they start sautéing in this hot oil, and you can actually hear the sound as well. Okay, we're going to throw in our aromatics. Our aromatic vegetables are onions and some garlic.
So these two, onions and garlic, are actually known to help with blood pressure, or lower your blood pressure, helping with cholesterol and all that stuff. And I'm sure you've heard it, and you could use it in many ways. So like how Phil sort of mentioned earlier, the good thing about this ingredient and all of this stuff we're using, and let's say you're not a fan of onions, right? You don't have to add it. You could choose any other type of veggies to add to this based on what you will like.
If you prefer green onions, which are called scallions, you can use the white part of it actually in the sautéing, and then save the green part for garnishing later on. So, and you can start, hopefully you can start to smell the garlic and the onions as they, as they saute. Now, back at the Culinary Center, when we're doing a dish like this, okay, we're making it in a vast majority. So we have larger pots than we have here. We have pots that do 200 gallons of actually a product. So as this is sauteing, okay, the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to throw in our zucchini. Okay, Stephanie will tell you a little bit about zucchini. This is a common, also you can see this is a very European style diet, very Mediterranean, because of the vegetables that we are using. All these vegetables are readily available in these regions, okay, and most commonly used in a lot of the cuisine that they have.
Yeah, correct. So as he was mentioning, like the Mediterranean diet, I don't know if many of you have heard of it, but it's actually pretty popular. And the reason it is just because of all the vegetables and all the nutrients and that is jam-packed in just this one meal. So we have vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K. We have carotenoids in here. All of these are really good, and they prevent all these diseases, preventing cancer, muscles, all this stuff, muscle joints. But for example, zucchini that he just used, it's part of the squash family. So you could use many different types of squashes, and all of this, like again, it's high in like vitamin A, E, and K. So that's very important because these are the types that, well, again, the word that I said, antioxidants, is involved in a lot of these veggies.
And it's very common to use the entire plant. Okay, if you're using the zucchini, there's a beautiful flower that's grown from the zucchini. Very often you'll see that stuffed or made like a fritter in the Mediterranean, which is also very good for you as well.
Yeah.
Now we're going to throw some peppers. We have green bell peppers and red bell peppers. We had yellow. We could throw yellow in here also. Gives you some more color.
Yeah.
Makes it a little bit more eye appealing.
So the bell peppers that we have the red and the green. So one interesting fact about bell peppers is it actually supplies the 169% of our vitamin C total daily intake. So it is the highest vitamin C that you can find in a vegetable. So, that's why you hear this a lot. You could eat this raw. You could cook it. I'm not sure if anybody's a fan of it, but you can chop red bell peppers and stuff and use it as a snack.
Yeah.
Use it with some type of dip sauce, anything, or just like how we're doing it today, right?
Or make a salsa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use some dry spices. We're going to do smoked paprika, very common in paella. Okay,
Yes.
gives you a little smoky texture. It'll help with the color as well. Turmeric, and turmeric has a lot of
Health
nutritional
benefits.
and health benefits to you.
Yes. The paprika. So paprika actually can come in different. There's spicier paprika. Are we using spicy paprika today?
It's not.
Okay. But if there could be smoked paprika. That if you like the spiciness, you could add that spiciness and add the smoked paprika. But today's we're not using. But paprika actually is a derivative of red bell peppers. So once again, the vitamin C is included in this. So, and then the antioxidants, like again, we have all these nutrients in here, and it's going to boost your immune system. It's going to help with the heart health, which is really important. And it's also going to help with you know, just bringing all these vitamins together, and it's easy. Like a lot of these vegetables, if you add what? Can you add different seasonings to make it taste better?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're cooking, people cook with their preference, with their flavor profile. So you can definitely use different spices. If you didn't want to use paprika, but you wanted to add a little chili powder, something like that, it's all to your preference. I also added a little bit of black pepper in there. And what I'm going to do now is just throw our green beans in because they'll take a little longer to cook and stir them in. Now, with any dry herb, you want to be able to saute that a little bit in this mixture because you want to get the natural oils out of these dry spices in order to really get the total flavor from them. If you just throw them in and right away just mix a little bit of water or stock into it and then you take it off the fire, you're not going to get that true flavor that they provide. So you have to make sure that you saute them and toast them a little bit, and it really draws out those natural oils from the spices.
And then with green beans, once again, you know, they're a great source of vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K. And because it's so high in vitamin K, it actually promotes bone health. So it strengthens your bone. It actually helps with calcium absorption, which again helps with the bone health. So, you know, we have the green beans, we have the squash. I mean, we have a ton of veggies in here today,
We
right?
have a lot of nice vegetables in here.
Yeah.
What we're going to do now is we're going to deglaze the pan. Deglazing means we're trying to get all that flavor that's getting stuck to the bottom of the pan back into the dish. And we do that with a little bit of white wine.
Yeah.
Okay, and what we do is we have the white wine cooked down a little bit, and what happens is the alcohol dissipates, so you just get the flavor of the grape that was in that white wine. And now we're going to throw in our tomatoes, our tomato sauce, and last but not least, our vegetable stock.
Yes.
So this is going to create a broth, and we're going to have that broth simmer, just so that all the vegetables incorporate the flavors that are in there now. So this is what it's looking like right now.
Yeah, you see all the different types of colors and everything. It's very, we have the greens, we have the yellows, we have the reds. So it's very, it looks nice when it's presented, and it's also going to be very tasty as well.
So we're going to let that simmer just a little bit, and we'll reduce the liquid probably by a third. Reducing the liquid just intensifies the flavors that are in there. This is a really quick dish as well to make at home. If you have, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll prepare things a day before, as far as get all my vegetables cut and all my aromatics ready, and then I'll come home from work and I'll put this together. It doesn't take more than 15 to 20 minutes to get everything going.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a lot of these ingredients are things that are all year round. So they're not specific to the season. Like you can find green beans. And honestly, if you can't find fresh products, frozen products are always available.
Like-
So, right? So
yeah.
you could go to the frozen area, and it's not going to take away from the nutrients. It's still going to be the same.
They're the next best thing to fresh.
Yeah, exactly. So you could always find that in any aisle in your grocery store. The only thing I do recommend to be careful is when you start going to the canned products, right? Canned products add a ton of sodium to that. So we sort of want to stay away from those.
We want to stay
items,
away
right?
from those. Absolutely. Absolutely. We and especially when cooking for yourself and cooking for hospitals, we stay away from the sodium. We have the natural ingredients that have sodium in it. Celery is high in sodium. Tomatoes have sodium in it as well. So we kind of let the natural ingredients kind of dictate the sodium that are in our dishes. We're going to throw our last two vegetables in, which are lima beans. Okay, you can use lima beans, fava beans. It's
Yeah, so these last two ingredients that we're going to use. Now,
And I'll
today, what we're doing is plant-based, correct? Now, you might wonder, okay, well, where are we getting the protein from in this item? Since we're not using meat, we're not using fish, we're not using what a traditional paella has. And our protein comes from these two ingredients, the green beans and the peas. So in just a cup of one of these items, it's about 12 grams of protein in it. So obviously, if you add more, if you're a fan of adding more of the green beans and the peas, but that is where the main source of protein is coming from. So don't worry that like, oh, I'm not gonna feel full. Like, what if I don't feel full? Like, can I add more stuff into this? More veggies?
Just
maybe?
eat a little more.
Right? And that will definitely provide you the protein that you need.
The other good thing is if you like kale or spinach or callaloo or even collard greens, you can utilize that in this dish. Make it yours. So now that's simmering, all the vegetables are cooking. And the last thing that we're gonna put into this is we're gonna put a little bit of chopped parsley. Okay? In our rice, we have cilantro and we have sliced green olives in our rice as well, which is used throughout making paella. So as that simmers there, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a dish together. And then we take a little bit of paella, and we let it just fall off of our rice. And then we just take some cilantro and parsley and throw it over the top for garnish. And there's
And that's your paella.
your vegetable paella. So what we're going to do, if you have time to stay around a while, because we'll give you a little taste of everything.
Yes.
How's that? Emmett, we ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions or anything? Yes.
Instead of using rice, can you use cauliflower rice? Rice cauliflower?
You can, okay? What you're doing is just adding another vegetable,
Oh,
okay? But believe it or not, you can put this over pasta,
Oh.
Yeah.
okay? Why not?
Yeah, you could choose a different type of grain, whatever you prefer. So, like, I know, like, if you want to use quinoa, you could use that as a grain as well, and mix it, and that actually increases like the benefits of what you're eating and having more protein and everything in there as well. And as you see, it's very like if you have a rice cooker at home or an Instapot or whatever it is, you can add your rice in there very quick. You know, with the Instapot, you press the button. You know, it does it 10 minutes, 15 minutes for your rice, and you're good to go. And then you have all of this already cut up in your fridge, frozen in your freezer, and you throw it all in with the ingredients you like to add. And then like I said, it's very versatile. So you can add whatever veggies you want. You could add, you know, different types of beans to increase the protein intake, just to make sure if you want to keep it plant-based.
So, do the rice in there?
You need me to help you?
No, I think, yeah. Okay. We're
Yes.
gonna sauce it.
The caloric content estimate.
Okay. So pretty much in this, it's about 300 calories. Vegetable pie. Yes.
And you all have a copy of
The recipes.
Actually,
Chef, you did a wonderful job. Thank you, Stephanie.
Well, I had a great partner, didn't I? You want to take that tray down, the cookies on it?
Thank you. Cannot wait to take.
Oh yeah. Do they have? No, they have
Yeah,
four.
it is.
Oh.
Well, they have it at the, yeah, not the before the back. Yeah, you want to serve the front first?
Yeah.